Is it possible to build a gaming room in this tiny storage room? Well, the thing is, I don't have any other rooms to select from. It just has to go there. I got AI to create the most amazing room ever. Yes, that's what we're aiming for, flat. Now the EL package has arrived with a total of 20 meters of LED strips, 2 black spotlights from Trapmark, but they always have a picture of white spotlights for some reason, and a little stick maker, a little plague control. In total, I've spent 15,000 on equipment for the most incredible gaming room you will ever see. I'm getting tired of having the PC thing in the middle of the living room, so I'm going to move it here and then move the couch further in, but I encountered a minor issue because I've been thinking of cutting that board, and that's fine, but the adjustable desk tripod thing here, I had envisioned that it would become a little narrower when you push it together. There's just enough space for the screen here, but there wasn't room to raise and lower the desk here. Then I'm gonna build myself a floating desk here. Plan is to make a custom floating shelf for mouse and keyboard, and a bit higher up there will come another floating shelf just to have the screen on. But the PC itself, I'm not quite sure where to put it yet. It's possible that I'll build in a shelf in the wall, so it looks like the PC is mounted in the wall. Please comment if you have any suggestions on where I can place that box of a PC, but I'm sure that I will find a solution along the way. Trust the process. I've got the AI interior designer to design me the sickest gaming room, so then it's just up to me. If I can do anything similar at all, I actually thought of foiling the floating shelves here in this kind of stone hatch. And since I'm going to paint everything black, it's perfect with a little contrast. I found that huge lump of a fuse really gets in the way, so then I have to replace it then with a recessed one. It is a pretty big job to get a little bit more space, but it's going to be worth it. Because in the new cabinet there's a lot more space and there's room for expansion to be able to hide things into that closet, and it shall be pretty big. It's actually going to be completely flush with the wall. Yes, not quite flush, but about 1 centimeter out from the wall. Then I'm going to bore up holes for cable guides in the walls here, so I don't have to have any visible cables, and there's going to be power for PC and monitor, slightly different HDMI cables, USB to keyboard, mouse and microphone. And then I've ordered myself a shamelessly big sign straight from China, 300 krona. So I'm really excited to see how this works, since the back of the sign is totally transparent and you have almost nothing to go on. So the small cable has to come out right where it is here. And then I have to patch around it. And since patching is the best thing I know, so I'm really looking forward to this, really less actually to this, but this here is going to be perfect. So you just have to do what it takes to make it this good. It has to be perfect, nothing more. I'm going to install 20 feet of LED strips in this small gaming room and 20 feet of light in a room that's a maximum of 1 square. It's going to be sick. And then of course I will have to fill in all the holes I've cut out. Oh my, I've made it hard for myself, but it wouldn't have been as fun if it was too easy. On these floating shelves, I'm going to apply a foil that looks like stone, a sort of dark gray stone. Please comment if you have a better suggestion. I'll admit that I thought about laying black tiles, but we're talking about a whole different budget here. These LED strips are highly diodal, so I'm trying to strategically place them so that there is indirect light. I chose to use these because they are the cheapest and best in that price range. 2,000 kroner for 20 meters of LED strips with a light show feature, Wi-Fi control and RGB, and under the shelves I've used 5 meters, so I still have 15 meters left to use. Now I'm just going to wait for the filler to dry. Then I'm going to paint the entire room black. Today I'm finally going to paint the gaming room, and I'm going to paint everything completely black. And it's going to turn out to be not the smartest choice I've made, but it will indeed be rather outrageous anyway, even though I maybe should have chosen a slightly darker gray and matte color. Anyway, I'm painting 2 coats of this black paint. I haven't primed or anything. I usually always prime 1 or 2 coats, but I have received many comments saying I don't need to do that. So in this video, I haven't primed a thing. So we'll see how the result turns out. I was thinking that shelf there could also just as well be black, and the door frame could also be black. And the door sill could also be black. The paint is finally dry, and I'll comment on the plug sockets. These are of the box type. I think they look rather outrageous. If you're not a certified electrician, you're not allowed to do anything you just saw. So, I'm not here to give tips like I'm some kind of pro. But if you're going to do this here, be sure to wash thoroughly, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. This turned out much better than I thought, so now I've gone and gotten some slat panels with a concrete look to have on the ceiling. Today I'm going to show you how you can mount plank plates in the ceiling with, of course, spotlights and LED strips. The plates just barely fit in the alcove sideways. They come at least 240 in length and some are available in 250. Now I'm going to try to make a small frame for the plank plates. Smart as I am, I thought it's probably cramped and annoying to work in there. So let's make the frame outside. Completely unaware that it would be a crazy project to get the frame into this small room. Anyway, it's going to be a solid frame. I'm quite proud of the carpentry work, actually. But the frame wasn't the only problem to get into the room and to attach in general. Since the plank plates are super flexible, they are insanely easy to break. And I have to attach both at the same time to get a perfect fit. I'll come back to that later. Now it's finally ready for wiring, then I can relax. You need to be extremely careful when drilling into those plank plates. They don't tolerate much. It was so hard to get the plates up there, I had to resort to the plaster lift and also had a little help from my stepsister. But it's worth all the effort when you see the result. I've cut quite a lot so that the video doesn't become 100 hours long. I guess I spent a total of 4 hours just on the ceiling. Today I'm going to finish the last remnant on the ceiling, and there are articular stripes. And then I'll try to cut into a regular carpet that's just a little bit too big. So I hope to make it fit, and that is so hard to cut. I attached the articulated strip to the inside of the plank there. It was a little small space, a little twisted to get to. I've programmed all the lid strips and spotlights to go on same switch. So it's kind of dig then to be able to turn everything off with a switch, and then you can control everything inside the app. Plate up and spots, articulated strips, stick connectors, cables, everything is from El Directe. Now I have received a lot of questions about where LED strip is from. It is called Deltaco Smart LED Strip, and you can buy it at DA El Directe. No. Now it's 99% done. I'm only missing a few things that I'll get in a few weeks.